All of his stuff looked good, so probably too good because it was probably snug, but he was different in everything that he did. He locked up different. He locked up snug.
Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Snug Wrestling. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, dropped the top 10 best wrestlers of the year of 2024. Cody Rhodes got number 1. And the list is literally breaking the internet right about now. And we are going to be going over that today. Well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Snug Wrestling. I am Edgar. I'm your host. We saw Monday Night Raw last night as well.
Oh, come on.
And I have some comments about this list, this PWI list that we saw. And I'm pretty sure my guest of the day also got some comments about this list. What's going on, Enforcer? Welcome to the show,
bro?
Man. How you
doing? I was doing good till the list came out because I know all hell's gonna break loose.
Yes.
Like, almost every year, this list come out, and of course, there's gonna be some people that say, "Hey, this guy or my favorite guy." I mean, even me, I usually don't catch into it, but last year I caught into it, and I was like, "It's bullshit. Will Ospreay not top 10?" But now I saw the top 10 this time. I was like,
Yes, and man, we're gonna get into that list, but before we do, I have a few questions for you. For example, so I'm familiar with you and your channel and with you what you do because of the Heels for Life podcast, right? But other than that, like tell me about what else you do, how you got involved with the Heels for Life, and what you're all about.
So, first of all, I didn't keep it real with you. I did not see podcasting in my future. Like, I really didn't see me doing podcasting. But I was in a wrestling group, and I just said, let me introduce myself, and then I started doing lives, and got caught the eye and the ear of my brother Chris. You probably you had him as a guest 5 or 4 months ago, so you know how he is. And one day,
I know. I'm very familiar with Chris. Yes,
very familiar. So one day, I didn't even know he did a podcast until he hit me up. This was right after Brody Lee passed away, and asked, "Can I ask you to join in?" And I caught the bug since then. Like, I came in and out, and then out of nowhere, he just asked me to join as the co-host. I was like, bet. I take the opportunity to bet. And bro, I've been on the podcast bug since then. Like, I'm starting my own thing now with NFL, just football. I'm just gonna talk about football, this and that. I'm helping other people with their podcasts. It's a small podcast where he's growing slowly. Embrace the Third Wrestling Podcast. But I'm more focused with Heels to Life. I'm doing little stuff here and there, which they are, if I give them credit, they're helping me out because I never saw myself with a TikTok account. I used to always try to run from it. And
yeah,
like, yo,
I feel that.
You're right. Yeah, you gotta try this because it helped us get more followers. So I did it, and I'm getting better as it go. I just know TikTok is very they watch everything you do. Like, literally watch everything you do. So they mute you or cut the shit out. But other than that, man, what we're building together, we're doing as a team, and I'm very thankful because those guys. I don't want to get emotional. You probably saw the video. It's one of my pinned videos. I'm not going to drop it. Those guys been around me during the hard times, like my hardest time when I was going down. Like, I lost my mother, I lost my mother-in-law, I lost my grandmother, like a machine gun,
like back to back.
And those guys was checking up on me. They gave me time to grieve, but all I knew was keep on going. So they helped me out. They always been there for me. Plus some other wrestling podcasters, Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. They like brothers to me, and like wrestling
Mhm.
kept us together, and stuff like
Mhm.
that. My goal is to
That's
meet every last one of them. So only met
yeah.
half of them. So, but it's still cool. It's still cool.
That's what's up, man. Well, that's good to when I do the intros before we get into like the main wrestling topics, I like to ask the guests, for the people that don't know who they are, what they're all about. So now that we got the small talk out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
let's get into this PWI's top 10 list that came out. Um and you had some comments to say about this on TikTok recently. And I'm about to break the fourth wall because I'm going to play one of your videos to get us started here.
Okay.
And I did ask for permission, so here we go. Let's see what the enforcer had to say about this.
So, let the great debate begin. Look at it. Look at it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not gonna get mad about it. But I am gonna say this. I'm just happy Will Ospreay is in top five. That's all I'm happy about. He's in top five. I won't care if he was in top 10, but he's top five. So I'm happy about that. Because I probably would have been one of those fans or IWC guys that would have been very upset at this list. But I know people about to get upset with that number one spot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So let's talk about it, enforcer. See, in this video that you posted, I felt like you were holding back
I
a
I
lot.
I, I was because like I said, I know how TikTok is, but I'm open now. So let me just I knew it was gonna bring some fire because this tribalism going on, and especially with Cody, the AEW fans or marks, whatever they want to call themselves, still feel like he portrayed them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh then you gotta go with the two, which in my opinion, should be 1 and 2. Either way you put it, Will Ospreay and Swerve. Either
Mm-hmm.
way, you can't go wrong. 1 or 2. I don't have no problem with Cody. This was a big year for Cody. He won that WrestleMania. He finished his story. But after that, it seemed like after 4 years of the WWE title being on Roman,
Yeah.
he's not putting the same energy. You know what I mean? He's not doing. He's doing a lot of media work. He's doing a lot of interviews, but he's not doing the same energy that Roman did. That's why you notice the second night he won the title. I mean, the very first Raw in a long time, I had not heard a unanimous arena say we want Roman.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. You know what I mean? It's been a while.
Right.
And to do that while he's the WWE champion, and then they constantly do it. Then you watch SummerSlam, and this dude outshines you within 4 minutes or 5 minutes of your main event match. And that's another thing. He didn't have that many main events. Like he even opened up two shows, two PLEs as champion. So, and then you got the other two. You got Swerve, who's the first African American AEW champion, who's been killing it
Mm-hmm.
with the mic skills, the charisma, the media, the same thing Cody doing. But he's been main eventing his shows, and just to prove that point, he just main evented a show All Out. No,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much you want to say back to back, All In and All Out,
Mm-hmm.
back to back, one with the title and one without the title. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and then you got Will Ospreay. I'm a big Will Ospreay mark. I'm gonna just say it out there. I'm a fan of his,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I know why he didn't get top 10 last year. Now it makes a difference. He was not
Mm-hmm.
seen as much as he was when he came to AEW, and
Mm-hmm.
people finally got to experience things that I know, or some other fans that knew about his work in New Japan and overseas got to see why we say this dude is the best, or at least one of the best wrestlers in the world. So
Mm-hmm.
you got those three. Now I'm just picking on those three.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have this debate, and you gonna
Mm-hmm.
have not just an AEW versus WWE. You gonna have wrestling fans that watch everything had this debate with this kind of content, because you like dude, are you not watching? Put the matches side by side. Oh, 3 columns.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 of them will go neck to neck. And hell, even one of the 2 that I'm talking about main evented Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a good one. So I'm not saying did Cody have a good year. He's a WWE champion. He finished his story. He's writing a new story. But from wherever the starting point for this list is to now, I still say Swerve or Will Ospreay should be number 1.
Wow. That's a hot take right there, Enforcer.
I told you I was like, I really wanted to on the TikTok, but that'd be like over 10 minutes. I'm telling you.
Oh man, just really quick, shout out to Suplex City who's in the comments saying the Cody Crybabies and Haley Barnes, thank you for the follow. Well, okay, so I'm gonna. I think Cody Rhodes is well deserved that number 1 spot. Now, I don't think anyone is gonna agree with me, but hear me out.
Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be the list for 2024, meaning that the criteria depends on what they did this year, right? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that makes my job a little bit more difficult. The only thing I can say is, Cody Rhodes, what did he do this year besides, finishing the story,
Mm-hmm.
main eventing WrestleMania, was Royal Rumble this year? I believe
Yes.
this year
That's
as well.
yes.
So winning Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
and now that he's a champion, I feel like Cody Rhodes is constantly defending his title, or he's been defending his championship a lot more than Roman Reigns ever did successfully. Now, some people already complaining that Cody Rhodes is boring, that his title reign is not that interesting. Like, I mean, yes, a lot of people say that because I feel like they're comparing it to what Swerve's doing right now, or what the types of matches that that they're having over in AEW. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is not going to be sticking needles in his mouth or doing nothing crazy like that, like Swerve is, or like some of these other champions are, or he's not going to be doing anything crazy like that. So,
I mean, he could. Now we've seen him. We've seen him do some crazy shit. He could if he wanted to step that lane.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he could.
If they
But
allowed him to do it,
yeah,
mhm,
yeah, he could. It's just that
if they
the
allowed,
thing is,
but he doesn't need. Mhm,
I'm just saying he doesn't. No, you're right. He doesn't need to. But the thing is, this is where everybody need to understand. WWE kind of did this to themselves when you have Roman Reigns be champion for 4 years, where
mhm,
you could have been dropped. You had other contenders you could have dropped this up on this belt to, and then when you see that for 4 years, whoever would have won the title, not this Cody, they could have gave the belt to CM Punk. You gotta get people head out from the past, like
mhm,
oh no, they was exhausted, and then you got people that like Roman. So what did WWE do? All right, we gotta make
mhm,
sure he's the heel. He gotta go part time. You know how much fans hate part time champions? Oh, he gotta go part time. Which he come on, dude was had his
mhm,
leukemia and all that stuff. Y'all got fans. I gotta give him a break here. All right, I said that during his title reign. Give him a break. But
mhm,
with Cody, I think like you just said, he won the Royal Rumble. He finished the story. But what I need everybody to understand is you gotta think it's almost didn't happen.
mhm,
It's almost went to Roman versus Rock.
mhm,
And if those Cody crybabies, if it was intentional or if it wasn't planned, and you had to change, go to audible plan B, whatever, we probably wouldn't got this story finished, and he definitely would have been. He wouldn't have been number 1. So we got to put that. Hell, we might as well thank The Rock for that because I mean, The Rock elevated,
Mhm.
like, okay, we definitely gotta get this out the way now.
And that's the other thing too that I was like, what the fuck when I saw this list? Roman Reigns isn't even on this. Like, you don't think Roman Reigns should be on this list after like everything that he did this year? I feel like he should at least be in the top 10.
You put that. All right, so I just told you I'm a football fan. All right,
Mhm.
so if you do that, it's like the same equation of putting Aaron Rodgers in the top 100, and he didn't play not one down. Well, he did play one down, but he didn't play the whole season. You know what I mean? So Roman, he wrestled at the Royal Rumble, and then he wrestled back-to-back nights of WrestleMania, and that's it. That's it. That's all we got this year.
Mm. I
Um,
don't fuck. I should have looked this up, man. I should have been more prepared, but I don't remember how many matches he actually had.
no,
But I'm pretty sure
that's all he had.
it was more than 3.
No, he wrestled the Royal Rumble. Uh, they didn't he didn't wrestle the next on pay-per-view. I think that was either Elimination Chamber, if I'm not mistaken. And that's how Drew McIntyre won to get the World Heavyweight title shot and all this stuff. And
You
then
know
he came out
what?
at WrestleMania.
I'm about to look it up right now because I don't
I
even
mean,
know now.
that's the ones I remember because they tried to do a little story because CM Punk got hurt. Everything had a
Good
you
old
know
good old cage match right here is gonna tell us, man.
come on cage match.
Cage
Believe in me.
match. All right, so
Probably did some house
April
shows.
7th, WrestleMania. April 6th, WrestleMania. January 27th.
Uh-huh.
3 matches.
3 matches.
He
3
had
matches.
3 fucking matches all year. Okay, maybe he should not be on that top 10 after.
But it put it like this: if he was that top 10, oh my god, we already got a damn keyboard riot going on right now. He would have made that top 10. They would have went ballistic on that because, like you just
I
said, he just had 3 matches.
I would still put Roman Reigns in that top 10, especially after seeing some of these other names on here that made it. Like, let me ask you this, Enforcer. You
Mhm.
probably know more about this than me, but why the hell? Or you know what? We'll get there. Let's just go down this list really quick. Let's go
Okay.
down. So Cody Rhodes, I'm gonna stand by what I said and said
All
Cody
right.
Rhodes should be number 1. And I don't care, we can debate about this. Anyone that's on the comments who disagrees, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. No. All right. Swerve Strickland got number 2, right?
hmm
Swerve Strickland deserves to be top 10, most
Most
definitely.
definitely. Most definitely.
Everything that he's done, he has definitely gotten himself over. Even though I'm not a fan of the way he got himself over by having these crazy ass matches, no
Yeah.
matter what, Swerve, the people like him, they like his song, they sing his song. Even though if he's a heel or a baby face, the people cheer for Swerve. And he's come a long way, not just this year, but in general, his entire in the WWE, from NXT to World Heavyweight Champion in AEW.
I
Awesome.
I go beyond that. From being kill shot on Lucha Underground, from his indie days in CZW, dude was
Hmm.
he was skinny. He was a toothpick
Hmm.
back then. This dude worked everywhere he goes. He's improving, or he's improved that place. He improved
Hmm.
himself. He learned Lucha. He learned Lucha Libre in Lucha Underground. He
Hmm.
improved MLW. Everybody forget this how he got the job for NXT. He was part of Evolve. He was part of the faction Unforgiven with Eddie Kingston and another guy that's in WWE right now. That's with the Y6. I can't think of his name right now, but then he got the job on in WWE. If you saw the interview with him, they almost gave up on him back then. If he didn't
Hmm.
talk to Shawn Michaels, Shawn Michaels guided him and said, "Oh, you know what? We using you wrong." Shawn Michaels said this. We using you wrong, and so we're gonna look at some film how we gonna improve this. He made a character that worked, and to this day, there's no hit roll without Swerve,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so when he got to AEW, I say this with all wrestlers, especially the ones we like from the past. They always got to have that chip over their shoulder. He had a chip on his shoulder as the size of a gorilla. Said, "All right, I'm gonna prove them wrong for firing me on my one day on the main roster. Go in there and do it out." It took a while, but once he came in and said, "I'm gonna take your spot, Hangman," the ball was rolling, and we got what we got now. So
yeah, that's a great point. He's had one hell of a career. He definitely deserves to be number 2. You would put him at number 2?
who, Swerve?
Swerve, yeah.
I know. No, that's what I say. I don't know. Like, honestly, you could go. That's why I just said. Either way, with
Yeah.
me, it's either Will Ospreay or Swerve at number 1. The other one would be number 2. Either way,
Yeah.
I don't have no quarrels with Cody. Cody is an outstanding wrestler. We know this dude. We saw his story. Not just because he's Dusty Rhodes' son. We're not gonna do that on him. No. This dude.
Yeah.
I saw him when he left WWE. I believed in him when he left WWE the first time.
I believed in him when he was still in WWE the
When he was
first time.
Stardust,
Yeah.
hey,
No, no, even before Stardust. How Vince McMahon did not see the talent in Cody Rhodes. Shit, I saw the talent in Cody Rhodes, and I was just a kid at that time. So I'm like, how the fuck did
everybody saw it? Everybody saw it. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The first time I saw Cody live with a pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, in my hometown in North New Jersey. Him and Ted DiBiase main evented against DX in Hell in a Cell. I thought that in living color, no TV, face to face. This dude, every character you gave him, he knocked out the ball. He was dashing, then he was undashing, then he was with the mustache, the porn stash. Then he was, and everything you gave him, he knocked out the box. But then, if y'all not gonna give him that chance to move up, he had to go outside and prove. Again, another trend that everybody does now. Like, listen, be my release. I'll go somewhere else. I'm gonna make y'all come to me now. And they did. And they came to his house in Georgia to get him and stuff.
Yeah.
So he I think, let me be honest with you, he would have been champion way before WrestleMania, in my eyes, if he didn't injure his chest. It would have worked before it. The year that he lost to Roman in WrestleMania, that would have been it right there. But he wants the story.
They wanted the chase. Yeah.
Right. The chase. We didn't get that chase because he was injured and he just come back, and then we won the Royal Rumble. So this time, all right, make sure you don't hurt yourself. We're gonna get a chase going on for a year now. And everybody was mad about that. I was like, no, that boy is Dusty's child. He wants a story. And he got the story. I know dig on him, but I don't think he's number 1. I just don't think just because of what happened after his title win. After you won to finish your story, what have you done that said, only one thing I can say. That match at Backlash between him and AJ. Because that crowd made the match to me. That crowd was crazy. And other than that, it was just straight up Cody Rhodes versus this guy. Cody Rhodes versus this guy. It was not invested because we knew what was going to happen.
So even after, we gave the rundown of Cody Rhodes' entire career, pretty much. We gave the rundown of Swerve's entire career. So now comparing the two, is it safe to say that you believe that Swerve's career has had more like success or more like meaning behind it? Even after everything that Cody Rhodes did, you would still put Swerve over number 1 over Cody Rhodes.
If we doing career, if we're not doing 2020, but we're doing career, it's a guy that worked through the indies and went to different indies around the world, and craft his style of wrestling with a guy that came in. No disrespect, but it's a fact. He came in under his father's addition. Like, hey, remember, Dustin didn't want to wrestle, but he used it. All right, cool. You go to LVW, you go see what you could do. And after that's after he, I ain't gonna say fail, but he felt that he's not go. He did not go give him a chance. He left and he learned that, hey, there's Japan, there's Indies where you can learn how to do this. Bring what you was taught in WWE to the indie world, and it worked. Like, we got the American Nightmare. This dude was part of Bullet Club. He won multiple championships everywhere, and he brought it back to WWE. I'm saying, dude, I'm putting Swerve just because he truly started from the bottom. If we go on career mode, but we just going 2024, and I'm just saying, you put 2024 resume next to each other. Both of them got great highlights. Both of them got great highlights winning the title. Okay, both of them got great highlights winning the title. But after the title run, and don't be wrong, Swerve's kind of started slow too, people, because his first title defense was against Christian Cage. So that's a different Christian Cage now, but he started cooking. He started going with these wrestling matches that we still talk about, you know. And Cody is like he's. I'm gonna repeat one of my partners. He's recycling Roman's opponents, with the exception of Solo. You faced AJ Styles. You faced AJ Styles twice. You faced Kevin Owens. You know, soon everybody think you go face Randy Orton. I don't know why, but you face Randy Orton. So you go face all his old opponents. And then guess what happens at SummerSlam? Y'all even telling everybody, oh, there's gonna be a part 3. You hitting the belt like this. Roman like, it's coming back home. So you already teasing it's gonna be a round 3. Just don't know when, just don't know where, because we're still doing the story with the. So I just think Cody's not number 1. Now is he 3, 4, 5? I even go. I'll say he's 3. I still say that. I say he's 3. I'm not gonna say he's lower than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once we go down the rest of these names at the end, I am going to ask you like how you would rearrange this list if make it your own. So, so save that until the end. Your boy, my boy too. I'm not going to say your boy. My boy too. Will Ospreay. He went from not being on top 10 at all last year to being number 3 this year. And just thinking back, like from that time on to now, I guess the things that he's done in AEW to me kind of feel like hasn't really lived up to the hype to be top 3 in this PWI list. Like I'm just trying to like, yes, he's had some good matches, but other than winning the international championship back from MJF at All In, what else has Will Ospreay done in AEW to get him at this number 3 spot?
So to answer that,
Do you think?
I'm gonna go with, let's talk about his first pay-per-view match was against Takeshita. We knew how good Takeshita was, because like I always say this, and I always look at AEW like, why the fuck y'all not doing nothing with Takeshita? This dude beat King Omega twice in 7 days.
Yeah, that boy good.
That boy good. So you bring Will Ospreay, who did many matches in Japan, so you already know what to expect, and you see how good the chemistry is. That's one. Then you got the next match, if I'm not mistaken, was him and Bryan Danielson. I'm just talking about pay-per-view matches. Bryan Danielson, who is the AEW champion right now, and damn near killed Bryan with that Tiger Drive. And they tried to do a story with that. His match against Roger Strong to get the international title the first time. That probably was Roddy Strong's best match in AEW. It's not just what Will Ospreay has done, but what he has done for the other wrestler. Like, I'm gonna bring the best out of your ass tonight because I want to be known as not just I'm the best wrestler because of me. I'm the best wrestler. I can have chemistry with anybody. Because remember, he was reckless. Will Ospreay used to be reckless. Like truly, used to be reckless. He used to don't give a fuck. He'd do a backflip off the balcony type shit. You know what I mean? But because everybody did not know how good or talented wrestler he was. They always thought he was a flip guy. He went viral because of that. But he's showing that he can do more than that. He could strike. He's a technician. And just this past, you said the MJF match. He just had a fucking awesome match with Pop. Another guy that used to do flip. You know, so they showed us that they can still flip, but they can strike. They can tell a story. Like honestly, the first time they faced, I had to watch on YouTube. It was a draw. So like, oh yeah, they got top that. They got top that, which they did. It's just that what they're doing is this is for people that was not used to Will Ospreay. And like I said, I totally understand now why he didn't get top 10 because nobody was honestly could say that they was used to Will Ospreay except for a little snippets here and there. And New Japan came over here, probably 4 times a year or whatever, or you saw him in the Indies and you was looking to see that. But now he's on American TV. He's not just pay-per-view matches. Hell, even on TV, he had a great match against Kyle Fletcher, his best friend. I mean, had a great match with Dan Garcia, which led to MJF turning heel. So his matches, if I was a star rater, I don't do that star rating shit, but you guys say it don't go if I'm Dave Meltzer. It don't go less than 4 stars or 4.5. It don't. This dude he just know how to have chemistry with everybody. So I guess that's it. And then you gotta think of this dude with the crowd. So you hear his music, you up. And then you guys go, oh, Spray. Oh, I mean, I felt this. I was at Forbidden Door. I was like, no, there's no way. Oh, Spray. Like, God damn.
Yeah.
So it's
the people love him. The people love Ospreay for sure.
Yeah. It's not just
I'm just.
I don't think.
I mean, I like him too. I like Will Ospreay a whole lot. He definitely he has that crowd connection, but it's like the stuff that they're having him do in AEW, like he started off fighting his friends from his own faction, you know, like Takeshita and like all these people, and like Don Callis was making him fight, and I was just like, oh man, it was a rough start. I thought for Will Ospreay, you know.
Yeah, storyline roles. It was.
And I thought for sure this year at All In, because they were in London, I'm like, Will Ospreay is going to main event and Will Ospreay is going to become champion at All In. Because that's what made sense to me in my head. And that obviously that's not the case. Instead, he's winning the international championship, which is cool. I mean, if anyone is going to win and is going to get that title over the international championship, it's going to be Will Ospreay.
Right.
So I wasn't even mad at that, but you know, I went to like, maybe it's too soon. Maybe Tony Khan said, well, we'll save that for next year, you know, but
yeah, I'm thinking that too, since they said, I think, Forbidden Door is going to be there next year. And right now they need to try to improve, like, their mid-card title. There's a pecking order with their mid-card titles. They remember AEW got 3 mid-card titles, and it used to be the TNT title. That was the mid-card title. But this international title that's only been around for what, a year and a half, 2 years, it's become the main mid-card title. Like, no disrespect to Jack Perry, but your mid-card title don't mean nothing. It's just like it's a cosplay title. Whoever gets it gets to change how it looks title. That's all it is. It's national title.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, bro,
hey,
I said
no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just never thought about that. I always thought because TNT was the first original mid-card title that, you know, Brody Lee had it, and Cody Rhodes, Darby Allin. So that title to me was like the most important one. But now that you mention it, it's like, wait a minute. Hold
Bro,
up.
I used to love that title just because it used to make me laugh. Like, oh, TNT, really TNT. But then it started working as that. Like Darby Allin made it meant something. You said Cody. Cody was the first one. Brody Lee won it.
Miro.
When Miro had it, he changed the damn belt. And then
Mhm.
Sammy, his little shenanigans with the damn belt of him and
Mhm.
what's the name? Keep on going back and forth. You know, I can
Mhm.
keep going on. Scorpio Sky turned to Laker colors, and it was just going crazy. But it
Oh
lost its
shit.
it lost its mystique. It lost its value. And then the international came. And hell, you think about it, the Continental Classic probably jumped over it just because you got to do a tournament, and you can't have no when you win it, you're the champion. You can't have no outside interference. You got to win this belt 1-on-1. There's no none of that. None
Mhm.
of that, none of that. But I think they got the right guy, and Will Ospreay. If you want this, especially if you want that belt, and you beat Will Ospreay, and you put that in your
Mhm.
resume, you got the right guy. You got the right guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be I'm interested for once. I can honestly say I'm interested in the international belt
Mm-hmm.
because of Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
But let's move on here because shit, I don't think we're gonna have enough time to talk about Raw. But
No.
let's finish up this list here. The next number. This is number where are we at? 1, 2, 3,
Four.
4. Number 4. Seth freaking Rollins got number 4, and definitely top 10 quality, top 10 material, top 10 worthy.
Yeah.
You know, the first one to hold and carry the new World Heavyweight Championship that I like to call the WCW belt. Defended it time and time again successfully. You know, put Monday Night Raw on his back. Um, but I'm like, number 4 again. Number 4. That seems a little bit too generous to
it's
me.
it's it's definitely generous. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll put him. Oh God, it's very definitely. I'm gonna tell you why I say it's definitely generous because of a certain promo. A promo brung it down. I'm talking about Roman Reigns promo on SmackDown. When he called that the number 2 belt, like he
Mhm.
dropped the mic on. He did an ether on SmackDown
Mhm.
on Seth Rollins. Like all the work he did with the belt, cool, great. And then think about this dude pretty much hurt himself to build that belt to at least some type of respectability.
Mhm.
Do he deserve to be on this list on the top 10 at least? Yeah, yeah. He need to get
Mhm.
like you got to think about all the stuff he did to that WrestleMania. He stood up to the Rock and all of them. He defended his belt. Like we said, he gave us some great segments. He got one of the best entrances, the crowd
Mhm.
anticipation. Dude was again, it's not just about the wrestling, about what you could do for the business. He been out there doing all the media stuff, and then let's put this on. He put some realism
Mhm.
in the WWE where this dude straight up don't like being Punk, and I was interested in that. I was interested until Punk got hurt, but I was
Yep.
interested in that. So he had to go to Plan B. But he works with it. And Seth, man, listen, I would never doubt. I would never give up on Seth. Seth is possibly one one of the best in ring performers in the WWE. Not even that, not possible. He is one of the best in ring performers in the WWE.
Yeah, for sure.
Period.
Even though his outfits are goofy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't want to touch that,
Nah, Enforcer, you ain't gotta lie, bro. You know that's why you like Seth, bro. It's all good.
oh,
Hey,
no.
bro, it's 2024, bro. It's good.
Hey,
Nah.
this is where I'm gonna be on CM Punk on that one. Like, hey man, stop going to Becky's closet, man. Come on. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
dude. I mean, the fact that Seth Rollins was placed higher on this list than some of the other names that we're gonna go over was pretty crazy to me.
mm,
Uh, like this other one, I can't even comment on this next one because to be honest, you might have to help me out here. I'm
okay.
not familiar with this person, Tetsuya Naito, so I
Oh,
can't I can't I can't justify this. I can't debate this one because that wouldn't be right of me. So, do you think this wrestler as number 5 on the top 10 is reasonable?
Top 10, yes. Number 5, no.
Mhm.
Naito, again. Now you really want to go and see how great he is. Go back and look at Forbidden Door. Now
Mhm.
this is the States. This dude getting a pop like he did, and he beating John Moxley for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, which would be his
Mm.
second reign at that title. But overall, Naito is one of the best workers in New Japan. Charisma, dude. He just got. I don't like sound like Dusty Rhodes on this, but he got it.
Mm.
He got it, and the dude is like. But 5, no, because one, same match, nobody was in it. Like nobody was feeling because we already knew you was gonna beat John Moxley. So
Mm.
it's not like oh we ain't gonna do like all right, let's hurry this up so we get to the main event. Like we know we're gonna
Oh,
beat.
okay.
So his work ethic, like I can tell you right now, his performance in the G1 climax was subpar. You are the champion of New Japan. You should not even. You should be in the final 4, and he wasn't.
Mm.
So at number 5, nah, nah.
Okay. Fair enough. I think I would agree. A lot of these names are I'm like, man, they're just way too high for my liking. And I'm gonna tell you why in a bit after we go over Damian Priest. Damian Priest got number 6.
Mm,
Another guy that I'm like, okay, Damian Priest, he has one hell of a story, just like Cody does, just like Swerve does, just like a lot of these guys who really built themselves up
mm,
and became someone. Now Damian Priest, he got over with the crowd enough to where he got into the main event picture, became champion, and now he's involved in one of the biggest storylines in WWE. For all of that, Damian Priest has accomplished this year, yes, top 10. But
mm.
again, number 6, I don't know about that. And I'm a huge Damian Priest fan. I'm happy that he's on this list, as he should be. But how are you thinking? How are you feeling about Damian Priest as number 6 here?
How about this? Let's swap. He should be number 5.
Mhm.
I put him at number 5. The reason I put him at number 5, like you just said,
Mhm.
his story. I didn't even. I never like asked how old a wrestler is, but I didn't know this dude was 41,
Wow,
and
I didn't either.
I didn't know he was 41. And I've been following his career. Punisher Martinez. I've been a fan, Ring of Honor, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But he caught. I think he. Everybody got to remember this. They put WWE put a lot of pressure on him. When he first got to the main roster, he had to team up with Bad Bunny, and they said that match not good. Oh, it's on him. It's not on Miz. It's not on Morrison. It's on you. And he knocked out the box. And they did it again the next year. Hey,
Mhm.
you're going against Bad Bunny 101 in Puerto Rico, your home country. Y'all better do it. Knock it out the block. Okay, how we gonna
Mhm.
reward him? We can't just give him a belt and just give him because he did a good job for us. What we gonna do? When everybody was crying and pleading, Money in the Bank go to LA Knight
Or Jay Uso.
or Jay Uso, they
Yeah.
gave it to him, and it felt right. I think everybody was mad for like 5 seconds. They said, you know what, he fucking deserves it. But then he did
Yeah.
what everybody else do. Hold on to that damn briefcase forever.
Mhm.
Ever. But he became the second man to catch in at WrestleMania. So after that,
Mhm.
he had the same problem Cody had, though. Nobody want to talk about it. He had the same problem. You gotta make us forget that Seth was champion because everybody forgot Drew was champion. But you gotta hit Seth was champion. He held that belt down.
Mhm.
At first, it was like it was a slow get. Like you had to face Jay Uso. Then you had to defend the title. I forgot against the next person. But after that, it started building up. And I think the fans start appreciating, especially when he faced Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he's gonna be he's gonna be what's the word I'm looking for? The underdog in that match.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out, and I think it was a botch that made the fans respect him. When he did that one leg, his leg got caught, and everybody thought he was really hurt. He said, "No, I sold it," and he sold the
Mm-hmm.
whole night. And okay,
Mm-hmm.
now we still working with. And then the Gunther situation when Gunther did his promo, like, oh, he called him street trash. Oh, anybody from a
They
hood,
got behind him. They
right,
got behind him. Yeah.
right.
The fans got behind him.
So then the fans got behind him. SummerSlam hit, and then what happened that we thought was gonna happen like months ago happened. Now look out, he's like one of the top stars on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Mommy, Rhea Ripley. They're one of the top wrestlers that get reactions as soon as you hear their music. And I think he deserved 5, at least 5, for the work he put in and built and didn't give up, because they could have easily gave the belt back to Seth.
Yeah, actually, now that I'm looking over my list that I made, like how I would rearrange the top 10, I think I ended up putting Priest as number 7 now that I think about it.
Wow.
But hey, I'm gonna explain why. Because look, this is a big reason why I say a lot of these names are way too high on the list. And the only reason I say this is because of MJF. MJF got number 7 on this list. And honestly, I would put MJF over Damien, over Naito, but that's only because I'm not familiar with him. I'm not sure what he does. I would put MJF over Rollins and Osprey, and I am including MJF over Osprey because MJF, even though Will Osprey is the new golden goose, he's the new, shiny thing in
Shiny toy,
AEW.
right?
He's a new shining toy in AEW. MJF is still the biggest star in AEW. He
Yeah.
still cuts the best promos over everyone in AEW. His matches are still, even though they're not as acrobatic or as high flying or as high pace like Will Ospreay's and everyone else's matches in AEW, MJF's matches, to me, in my eyes, are a lot more interesting. They're different in AEW. It's so refreshing every time we get to see MJF in AEW. So I would,
So
I would, go ahead.
so what? Wait, MJF is number 7.
Number 7.
Now he's my number 4.
Okay.
The thing is, though, why your what you just said is a little different from what I was going to say, because if we just stick with 2024, you got to remember he didn't wrestle for half the year,
That's true.
and when he came back really surprised everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave him an opening match against the wrestler from CMLL.
Yeah.
Did his thing. Came out the next period, not the next period, but I think it was Will Ospreay. That's when he turned heel, and because they needed a heel, and only one person that could make, after cheering for him, could make you hate him. Those are rare, especially in today's wrestling, where fandom, when they like you, they like you. They don't give a fuck if you try to make them hate them. We
If
go
you're
cheer
a
for them.
heel or not, yeah, they'll
Right?
chill for you. Yeah.
They're gonna cheer for you anyway. Well, he knows how to make you hate him. And with AEW, it's a gift and a curse. But AEW, you got that freedom to go close to the line. Should not go over it, but you got much freedom to go close to that line. And he goes damn near like he want to jump over it sometimes. But I would have put him at number 4.
Interesting.
I put him at number 4 just because, one, I can't put him in the top 3. I can't put him in the top 3 just because he missed like half the year.
He did. He did, but he still feels more important than everyone on that fucking roster. Like, who was the biggest star in AEW to you? It's not Jericho. It's not Okada.
He got to. He got to though. Like, dude, this dude, it's not that many that you could say that have been in AEW since day one. So you've seen his growth from day one in AEW. and we already hated his ass from year one. So, but he built it up, and then like the matches he had, him and Cody, him and Chris Jericho, him and of course CM Punk, what a rivalry. Then it kept going. Then he did his version of a pipe bomb and the bidding war for 2024, which we all know was bullshit. But he got that, and it's just that that's the only thing I can go punish him for is that he was not here for the whole year. Because I imagine if he was here, he'd probably be number one. He probably number one because the dude give you good wrestling matches. If we go back to last year when he was champion, dude, over every match he had. It was not a fatal 4-way. It was not him against Kenny Omega. It was not him against Jay White. All his matches was must see and re-watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would have gave him that if he give me that the whole year.
Well, you're gonna be surprised of what I got lined up on my my fantasy top 10 later on. This one right here, man. This one, please, Enforcer, help me understand how the fuck Jon Moxley even made it in this top 10 list, bruh.
Now see, you have to go another direction because I don't even know. I don't even know
Man.
because some of his like. I'm sorry. Everybody, the first thing everybody tells me when I say like, "Yo, I just don't get it," they like, "Well, he's the hardest working wrestler. He don't." Okay, I get it, but there's other guys that also hard working and don't have to bleed every fucking match. Like, he got a period. Like, come on, like I get it's Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, if y'all want to call him that. Dude is a great wrestler. He should, but I'm sorry, he should not be in the top 10.
He should not be in the top 50.
God damn. I was going
damn. Bro, listen, man. I'm not a fan of Jon Moxley. I wasn't a fan of Dean Ambrose, not ever. And then he went over to AEW and I didn't understand the hype. And even when he was Dean Ambrose, I'm like, why don't I like this wrestler? Like, a lot of people like him, but is there something wrong with me? Like, how come I can't get into Dean Ambrose? Like, I thought his matches were stupid. I thought he was just not believable. I just thought he was just his lunatic fringe was a gimmick that he was trying to portray. It didn't feel genuine. He still doesn't feel genuine to this day to me. And I'm trying to think back and really be like, okay, what has he done this year to put him on the top 10? And I could not think of not one fucking thing.
I'm thinking of it because he was the IWGP World Champion. He beat Naito for it. He had some matches in Japan, but he ain't had no. To me, it was not credible. Anybody he faced was not credible in my eyes. Point blank, it was not credible that they gave title shots. Then you gave a title shot to Will Hobbs. Love Will Hobbs, that's big bro, but
yeah,
he didn't deserve the title shot. Even it pissed off wrestlers from New Japan. Like, how the hell you giving these guys title shots that never wrestled in Japan? You know what I mean? So top 10, no.
Yeah, and it kind of when they were doing that this year, it was for Forbidden Door, and it was right around the time that Swerve Strickland had just won the AEW World Championship. And it seemed like, Jon Moxley came in and kind of took some of that spotlight from Swerve, and it was just like, all right.
It was just like, okay, he needs a belt. He's our guy. And I guess Tony is my top loyal guy. As you remember when all the other shit that happened, the brawl out, if you remember, Jon Moxley was having on vacation. And he had to come back to work early. So that's his one little guy. So, but let's put a belt on him for some reason. Remember, they put the international title on him. He beat Orange Cassidy for it. Then something happened. So
I see. If you didn't tell me that, I wouldn't even remembered.
Oh, I remember because I tell a lot of people this. Like, what made me love the international title was not Will Ospreay. It was Orange Cassidy. and then Will Ospreay can make it mean even more better because now it's the test of getting a title and who's gonna beat him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's another story for another time. But
Yeah.
Moxley, no. Top 10? No, last year? Yeah. This year, no. No, sir.
Yeah.
You say top 50, I was being nice. I would have said top 25 somewhere. But
Nah. Shit. I'm being nice saying top 50. What the fuck? But hey, let's go on to number.
9.
I think we got number 9, right? Gunther, number 9.
Bullshit. Oh man, my whole damn list is fucked up because you said that. Oh my god.
Dude. Okay. So on my list, man, I definitely don't got Gunther at number 9.
No.
First off, to top things off, to make matters worse, Gunther is at number 9, who it gets beaten by John Moxley on this list. Gunther, who this year and some of last year was the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion,
Mm-hmm.
made that championship worth, mean a whole bunch more.
Again.
Just a badass in the ring. And even like, we're going back to John Moxley. The fact that he beat Gunther in his list when Dean Ambrose was Intercontinental Champion, he didn't do half the things with that belt that Gunther did. So that's my first argument as to, if John Moxley has to be on this list, you can't put him over Gunther.
No.
Now Gunther, after doing what he did with the Intercontinental Championship, now he's the World Heavyweight Champion, and we have high hopes for his title reign after what he did with the IC title. So I'm just like, number 9 makes no fucking sense to me.
So this is the best thing I could do. I'm gonna take John Moxley off the top 10. Gunther, it's gonna be kind of hard, but I'm gonna see. I don't know what number, but to have him at number 9 is blast. Whoever did this list is diabolical. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. It took WrestleMania. Let's add on some more stuff. This dude
Mm-hmm.
came back. He won King of the Ring. He beat Randy Orton for King of the Ring. Randy Orton.
Even though it was a fuck finish, but a win is a win.
Fuck finish, but in the books, and y'all didn't correct it. He won.
Yeah, that's right.
Beat Damian Priest. Finn Balor for some reason helped, but still he beat Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight title. The title was it's so far so good. He's becoming he went from a badass heel to a despicable you below me heel. That kind of heel. But when he gets to the ring, he's still badass. So to have him number 9, like you just said, let's not discredit what he did. We're going to talk about this year. We're going to talk about his whole kind of title reign with over the whole year. So it came into this year. He was still sick. It was 666 days as Intercontinental Champion.
That's crazy.
Number 9.
Yeah, bro.
No,
fucking crazy.
Someone got to tell me why he's number 9.
That's what I want to know. It's like, what's the criteria here? What are they basing this off of? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the mystery, bro. That's the mystery of what do they criteria this list? Because that's another discussion we had last year. Like, yo, what is the criteria? Is it wrestling? Is it viewership? What are they looking at? Because Gunther Braun getting views. Gunther Braun had great matches.
Mm-hmm.
He's a straight up. If I say anybody's legit outside of wrestling business, he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he number 9? In fact, if I'm gonna wait till we do all that. Now I got the list. I got the list now.
Good. I'm gonna let you go first, but just before you do that, I just got to say I turned this top 10 into a top 9.
Whew. Wow.
Yeah, so go ahead, Enforcer. Hit me from starting at number 1. Let's go down the list as your top 10.
I'm sorry, Swerve, but you're still number 2 because Will Ospreay number 1. Will Ospreay number 1. Will Ospreay number 1. Swerve number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep, like I said, I'm gonna keep Cody as number 3 because it was one of the biggest moments that he had this year. number 4. I don't know who I said for number 4. I'm gonna change that because Gunther's number 4.
Okay,
Number
okay.
4.
I like that.
Number 5 will be. I'm gonna keep Priest at number 5 just
Okay.
because it's hard work. Oh yeah, number 6, Naito. Now, number 7. Oh no, take that. I'm sorry. Who I said was number 4?
Number 4.
Was Gunther?
Yes.
Okay, number 5 is not Priest. So Priest could stay at 6. Number 5 is gonna be MJF.
Okay.
Priest at 6. Naito. I'm sorry, he's not even number 7 because number 7, he's on the list. You don't want to count him, but Mystical is number 7.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that because I have no fucking clue.
Mystical was the original Sin Cara.
Okay.
But he in Mexico, he's badass.
Yeah.
So he's number 7. Naito, you number 8. Who was number 9? Not saying Moxley.
Did you say Rollins already?
No. Rollins, I gotta put there. Because I think this year he had WrestleMania, and then he had that match with Priest, and he was a special guest referee, and then he got squashed. He got squashed. But number 10 is open, and wow, you got so many people I could put in there, but I could put somebody that character-wise, he's number 10. Hangman Page. Hangman Page, because that dude, if you look at the flyer for their rivalry, he went from happy to sad to crazy to nuts. Like character-wise, I'll go there.
I'm not the biggest Hangman fan, but I would definitely put Hangman there way before Jon Moxley.
Oh yeah.
Fuck
That's a fact. I know everybody like it's sad. We didn't say Okada's name. We didn't say Okada is not. Even he don't want to be in the top 10. So why should we put him in the top 10? Okada doesn't want to be in the top 10. He want to have fun. So that's how it is.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me put my seatbelt on for this one. I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh, I'm gonna keep Cody Rhodes at number 1 because I'm a huge Cody crybaby, and he is the guy right now.
Woo.
MJF number 2 because his level of importance in AEW right now. There's Tony Khan cannot afford to lose MJF. That's how big of a star he is.
I mean, that's
number 3, Gunther, for legitimacy, for his IC title run, for being the current champion, for everything that he's done. Number 4, Swerve, because that was a badass and he's over as fuck right now.
Yeah.
Number 5, Ospreay. I'm sorry, Enforcer. Ospreay number 5, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna say this. Even though you have a number 5, it still make me happy because he's still top 5.
Top 5, dude. No, he's got to be. He's got to be. That boy's good. Yeah. Number 6, Seth Rollins. Number 7, Damian Priest. Number 8, Naito. And number 9, Mystico, just because I'm not really familiar with their careers. And Jon Moxley just needs to get the fuck up out of this top 10 list. And that is my top 9, people.
He said top 9. He didn't want to separate nobody in the top 10. Y'all deserve it.
Dude. No. I didn't even think about like someone else that I would throw in there as a top 10, like in replacing Jon Moxley.
I mean, we could have put Jay in there. We could put Jay. Jay is over.
He is over as fuck, man. But his matches though, bro.
Braun Breaker.
Oh man, how could I forget about Braun Breaker? Braun Breaker, scratch that. I'm gonna put Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is gonna have to be number 5 for me. Rollins number 6, Priest number 7, and then Naito and Mystico.
Oh man, he should. I think next year, they keep this is where I'm confused about Raw.
Mhm.
Is they put me in a hole like, listen, you got Jay being his first challenger. Jay needs to get that belt. But then Braun Breaker needs to have a good push with that belt. Not a Gunther push. Oh no, we don't need none of those. We just need a good push with it.
Oh man.
Right.
See, fuck. I
I
really
bet
hope not. I really hope not, bro. I don't want to see Braun Breaker lose the title this soon, man. He's too good. He's too good.
listen, if he lose it, he need to win it right back. Like, just give it to Jay for the moment so he can be in the record books and then Braun Breaker get the belt back. I'll be cool with that. But you tell
Yeah.
me Braun Breaker can't get a rematch or don't win it back, then I'm gonna have a problem. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, man, we had some topics. We got to get out of here, man. We spent way too much time talking about this fucking list, man.
That's what it
But
does. I told you that's what it
but
does, bro.
but it's all good, dude. I had a blast with you today, Enforcer. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, man.
No problem,
Tell the
man.
people one last time where they can find you.
Yeah, Jeff, you can find me on TikTok at Mr. Attention Getter. You can find me on YouTube with the rest of the cast from hashtag Hills for Life Rest of the Podcast. We on every Sunday. Wow, between 8:45, which is 8:45 Eastern time. I think that's probably it. That's what I give you. Um, I do got another podcast I'm working on. It's called Self Made Podcast. We're going to talk about NFL, football. In fact, I'm doing an episode tomorrow, so check it out. And yeah, that's about it, bro. That's about it.
Right on. Let me see. Do we got any comments in here? Did we get any comments? Nope. I think we're good.
Good.
All right on, man. My name is Edgar. I'm the host of Snug Wrestling. Thank you guys for listening and watching and commenting, and we will talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Right on, man.